Welcome back, guys, to another roundtable. My name is Adam. With me once again, I have Rusmin and
Hello.
Victor.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us. And today we're going to talk about Singapore savings bonds again and a strategy where you can basically earn interest every month from your Singapore savings bond. We're going to talk a bit more about that. But let's talk about the news. I think this month, the Singapore savings bond hit an all-time high of 3.47%.
Yep, very
interest.
close to your CPF already. Very close.
So this is the highest it's ever been since its introduction, which is from when?
Yes, I think throughout the whole history, I think this is probably the highest because since the launch of SSB, the interest rate was on average in the year of 2015 it was only like 2.7%, and then it started to come down. And of course, as of second half of 2022, I think we are at close to 3% yield. If you combine all the issuance from June all the way to December of 2022, I think you are getting about close to 3%. Okay, so of course, the particular month in December, this is a big jump, about 3.4, right?
4.7.
Yeah,
3.47.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's probably the highest now we are seeing.
It is the highest.
Yeah.
All right. So, of course, a quick recap about SSBs and why they're so flexible and popular is because your capital is protected.
Yep.
Yes.
There are no penalties for withdrawing.
Correct.
All right. And of course, you get interest every 6 months from your SSB.
Yep.
All right. So that's the thing. So the thing when you buy an SSB, you get biannual interest.
Yep.
So how do you get interest every month from SSBs if you're going to invest in them? So this is we're going to introduce a concept called bond lettering. Some of you may know about it, but those of you who don't, maybe you can explain what bond lettering is all about.
Yeah, so basically bond laddering is that usually it involve you buying bonds in with different maturity dates, right? So that those investors can respond very quickly to interest rate shift and all this, right?
Yep.
So for instance, you buy 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years and all this. So you will keep getting your interest every 6 months, right?
Okay.
So then after that, when let's say your 2 years one already matured, then you just get back your initial capital and then you buy another new 2 years again. So that's basically how bond laddering works, right? I think the advantage about Singapore saving bonds is that you can just buy consecutively for 6 months. Then eventually, because they pay biannually, right?
Yep.
So eventually you got a monthly income from your Singapore saving bonds, right?
Yep.
By doing bond laddering, right?
Yeah, so the answer is very simple. Buy every month for the next 6 months, and you get every month kind of dividend because this is being paid out once every 6 months.
All right.
Yep.
So if you don't want to watch this video anymore, we basically told you exactly what it is.
Yes.
But first, we're going to deeper into some of the extra advantages that SSBs will offer you because of bond lettering.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah, basically, it's a very simple concept. But basically, instead of let's just say if you have since it's like 6 months, let's say you have $60,000.
Yep.
Instead of investing $60,000 one go into an SSB this month, I mean, we don't know whether you get the whole allocation, right? But let's say you can do that. But instead of doing that,
you get 10,000, you definitely get the allocation.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
confirmed, right?
Yeah. But
10,000 and below. You can get
so
it.
you can actually just split it up. Instead of 60,000 one shot, you go 10,000, 10,000,
Yes,
10,000 for 6 months.
Yep.
And you basically ladder or stagger your investments in SSBs.
And after that, eventually you're going to get every month sort of the interest from there, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the SSB for the past 6 months, including the current one, so the average 10 years interest returns is about 2.99%. So that's basically you get about 2.99% of the investment you have on the 60,000 that you staggered throughout the
2.99.
2.9 on average.
On
So
average,
that's
okay.
assuming you buy from June, July, August,
June
all
or
the way
July-
until December.
July, August,
Yeah, July,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So the last 6 months. So this is basically you taking the real interest rates from the last 6 months.
Yes,
right?
the 10 years.
on average.
On average,
Assuming that you hold all the way
all the
to,
way for 10 years.
to
right?
10
Yes,
years, right?
SSBs are for 10 years. Just a reminder as well. But
Yep.
of course, you can redeem anytime.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
So actually, usually when people do bond laddering, there's actually some disadvantage doing the traditional way of like normally buying those bonds off the market is because first is the interest rate.
Yep.
So when the interest rate start to shift, right, and let's say the interest rate get a bit higher, so your bond price will start to drop. If you
Yes.
do not want to hold into maturity and you want to convert it, sell your bonds and convert it to a higher interest rate, you're going to take some capital loss from there.
Yes.
Right. So for SSB, right, your capital is protected. So you won't get the loss and you can transfer it to the next SSB that is higher interest. So that's I think the advantage of SSB have on bond laddering have on SSB.
Yeah.
Right. And I think another risk when people buy into, let's say example corporate bonds or any bonds, right, is that especially corporate bonds, there's a potential of default. Right.
Okay.
But if you look at SSB, it's guaranteed and protected by the Singapore government, so they won't default on that.
If it defaults, it's
that means Singapore is going to be in
something's wrong.
trouble. Yeah.
So it shouldn't ever.
Yeah.
be
So
that.
this is basically the three advantage. You can easily recycle. Your capital is protected, and you won't get default on that. Right?
Yeah, I think that's the main attractiveness of the SSB.
Yep.
Your capital is protected, and you can like this month's. Let's say you were doing this bond laddering strategy for the last 6 months already. Before watching this video, you already knew about it, but then this month you go, 3.47%.
Yes, yeah.
And it's I'm gonna just rotate my first month. And just buy this one now.
I mean, for me, I will choose the one that have the lowest yield. Okay. And then I'll rotate it out rather than prioritizing on every month.
Okay, so that you will do that instead.
Yes, I will go and pick all my portfolio, see the one giving the lowest one, and then I'll swap it out with the highest one.
That makes sense. So
I think that's a better way.
But some people will just kind of just rotate it. Just to have that consistent income every month. Some people may just want that.
Correct.
So I think this laddering thing is just perfect for people who are looking for just very steady income every single month instead of having to wait 6 months. And then you collect one big sum, and then you wait another 6 months, and you collect one big sum. And then, maybe along the way, you kind of spend everything. Some people do that.
Correct.
And this rotation strategy also applies to those people who are tight in cash, right? But then they already have a SSB. Maybe they signed up for a couple of years ago, or maybe just last month or a few months ago when the yield was a lot lower. So they can actually redeem it and then straight away swap it into the bond that is actually highest. But that depends on whether the allocation will be fully as compared to your previous one.
Yeah, that's true, because this goes out.
So, I mean, when the interest rate is so attractive, everybody's trying to snatch it, right?
So I mean, there's only so many bonds that you can buy. So if you let's say you have the cap for SSBs is 200,000. So even split it over 6 tranches, it's about 30,000 per tranche.
But you won't get the.
So you may have to kind of like, maybe if you want to do this strategy, you got to kind of ladder it further.
Correct.
If you want to do that. And see what happens. So this is perfect for, I guess, retirees,
or maybe those who want to put into fixed deposit, right? Because usually fixed deposit right now, fixed deposit is very attractive, but then it's only like 1 year or 2 years you lock up, right? For this is and some fixed deposit if it's locked up, but then if you take out early, then there's a penalty, right? For this there's no penalty, and you can put it for 10 years and you can get the same interest, right? As fixed deposit.
That's why I think SSB is pretty much no-brainer. Right, for you to park your spare cash that are lying around the bank, which earning a pathetic interest rate. Okay, unless your bank are already offering you a very attractive rate. That
but
SSB
you must do a lot
offering.
of things to get the interest rate in the banks. So you don't need to do anything. You get the interest rate.
I mean, it really depends on what you want and what makes sense for you. But I guess SSBs apply to so many people.
Correct. But I think it's best due for retirees, right? They want the extra income. They want to maintain the capital. You spend on the interest.
You complement your CPF.
And it's almost similar to your CPF and all this, right?
I mean, even if you're not a retiree, you can just you're just looking for a place to park your money. You can just use SSBs as well. Very flexible. So again, I think this is a pretty good summary of this roundtable. We just wanted to go straight to the point here.
Correct.
Basically, you can apply the bond laddering strategy for SSBs. And because of the inherent advantages of the SSBs, capital protected and all that stuff, it just works perfectly with this.
And because of the rising interest rate environment, it really gives you the opportunity,
to just recycle,
and then getting higher yield as we move month by month forward, right?
All right, so I think that's a pretty good wrap up about SSBs. So we've covered this before. We've check out our previous videos about SSBs. We've covered them before and compared them to SGS and all that. But we like SSBs a lot, and we want to just introduce the concept of bond laddering if you didn't know about it already and how useful it's going to be if you combine it with Singapore savings bonds. All right. So I think that's a pretty good wrap up. My name's Adam. That is Rosemary.
Thank you.
That's Victor. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this roundtable is really, really useful for you, especially if you're looking at SSBs once again because of the all-time high interest rate. And if you want to have a look at that, do check it out. And of course, subscribe to our channel. Many more roundtables coming up. And if you like this roundtable, please hit the like button. Tell us you're doing a great job. Any questions about this, put them in the comment section and we'll answer them for you as well. So see you around, and thank you for watching.